Well, hello, and welcome back to the ProPokeBowl Season 5, Week number 6, which we're our third match of the day, and I'm only saying this because I am drinking my tea between the Golden State Greninjas and the Fortnite Ninjas. World Leader, I swear I'll stop, versus Mitchie W. This one's gonna be neat. I always feel like taking a sip every single time I watch World Leader battle. The man has been on a tear in this ProPokeBowl, showing an amazing amount of understanding of what his team could do, and is bringing out really interesting moves that are actually handing a lot of his opponents. Now, having said that, we've seen middle-of-tier opponents, not including Shark King 319. Can he do it against Fortnite Ninjas? Former champion, Season 4 ProPokeBowl champion, has been resting for a few weeks. Maybe a little rusty, but hey, I kind of doubt it. And again, against the likes of World Leader, you have to give it to Mitchie to be a little bit more confident than normal. He knows he's got the experience over him, and based on the team, yeah, we saw Bulu banned, and for Golden State Greninjas, they actually lost their Pelipper, which we pinned as it's a really good defogger against the likes of it. Stops a lot of Pokemon, which makes me think that Conkeldurr or Burgirder is going to be looking for that kind of value, and having also some just decent coverage, being able to interrupt the Gigalith Sand as well if he's actually looking to make the Pelipper do that. Also no Ludicolo sweeps. But with that gone, Golden State was pinned to have a couple of advantages because they have the Aerodactyl that could try and make that work. Also has access to the Venusaur, which might do a little bit. With the Bulu gone, the Latias is back in because we do know that Mitchie has a lot of threats, and one of them, you can't ban both of them off, so he's opting to deal with the Latias, which means that Venusaur, Mega Venusaur could have handled like Bulu, but it can't handle Latias very well. So what are we going to see? Heavy emphasis on keeping the defensive core alive here for Golden State Greninjas. For Fortnite Ninjas, they've got the sweep. They've got their big Pokemon coming in. I think getting that chip damage down and just making sure that the defensive walls don't get a lot of value, because that's what's similar to what Ivan's been able to do when World Leader is able to get value out of his Gliscor, out of his Empoleon, and out of his Venusaur or whatever other Pokemon he's running with it. He looks really strong. And in terms of sweeping capabilities, yes, Infernape Aerodactyl is on the side of World Leader, but they're not setup sweepers. They do a lot of damage when damage is done. For Mitchie W, he's got a lot of Pokemon that can set up and just clean up. He's got Gengar to clean up everything else it needs. That Latias can either easily set up or become a really defensive wall. Quagsire is going to be a giant problem for Golden State Greninjas, I find, because of the Unaware as well as just his typing is going to make it really difficult for any outside of Latias. And if Venusaur does come in to handle the Quagsire, well, guess what? If Latias has a set up poke, it's going to be feeling okay. So, a lot of things for Golden State to think about this week. He's done a very good job at managing all these thoughts, though. He's brought good moves to handle certain things. Shoutouts to the 11 different ways Alolan Ninetales was shut down via World Leader's entire team, but, we'll have to see if he's able to answer this. There are a lot of things he's got to worry about. There's a lot of coverage that Mitchie W gets. Rotom Heat's going to be able to dispatch of the Gliscor fairly easily. Can hit on both sides. And a lot of Pokemon are just going to be difficult for World Leader to kill off. Slowking, Gigalith. I mean, it's so much. Mamoswine also gets a lot of value because the Pokemon that you want to see with Flygon and Aerodactyl are going to get managed by Ice Shard. There's too many factors to consider, which then makes me look at the side of World Leader and go, what is World Leader seeing the win condition needs to end? What does he see when there's so many win conditions all at the same time? That's going to be the big deal. We're trying it on Friday, Nictophile. I'll be streaming it Friday, Saturday. I did log in. I have all of my stuff. I'm not sure if I want to reset or if I want to just keep going from where I am. I'm not too sure about my direction yet. I'm thinking of just going from where I am to check out the new stuff. Hold on, I gotta log back in to this. Boy. There we go. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, we will be streaming it Friday, so we're gonna be going a long time on Friday. Probably. We'll have to see. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about intense Pokemon battles. Let's just get into it. Game number 1. That it shows on your screen right there. Bam, I swear. Fortnite Ninjas on the close side. Golden State Greninjas. Oh yeah, Battle of the Ninjas here tonight. Sweet. Nonetheless, we see the Pokemon. Also, that Golisopod being switched into Golden State Greninjas. This is a pretty good Pokemon to bring against the like of Fortnite Ninjas, and he's brought it. We skipped over that piece completely, by the way. World Leader does have a win condition, and it's that new trade he brings to his team this week. Let's see what's going to be happening for the both of them. Rotom Heat is there. All the Pokemon you'd be afraid of? Yeah, they've all brought them. And the things that we're afraid of World Leader's going to get destroyed by, he's brought them too. It is going to be an Empoleon versus the Mamoswine lead. Got to be careful. If this is a choice band Mamoswine, that Empoleon's dumpstered as much as Kamala dumpstered that thing last week. We'll have to see what it's going to play out with. You don't want to get burned on the Mamoswine. Still strong, but, you know, that status, if avoidable, is always great on the Mamo. Even if it's got thick fat, who cares? Nonetheless, let's see what we can actually pull out a victory here for. What are the win conditions? Golisopod's going to put a lot of damage down on both Latias and the Slow King. Will also be able to take at least one hit. Depending on the build of his Golisopod, actually might be able to take it from Rotom Heat if it's got a lot of HP. But otherwise, you do have to be careful about Thunderbolt or Volt Switch non-stop. At the same time, for the Fortnite Ninjas, Conkeldurr is feeling pretty comfortably. Not a lot of things are going to be able to kill it off right away. There's no real super effective stab move that is going to manage it. So something along the lines of a Flame Orb, Guts Conk will do quite a bit here, so. What is going to be the play? Golden State Greninja is just sitting here trying to figure this out because, I mean, I agree with the Pokemon that are presented in front of you. Game 1 is generally very daunting because you want to try and figure out what your opponents are trying to bring to take on the most valuable things of your team. And if you don't get that curveball early, game number 2 and beyond, especially in a best of 5, is when you try and take these advantages and try and just figure it out. So, Golisopod is going to make its way in. The Earthquake is going to come out, not do a lot of damage. No real risk that needs to be taken here by Fortnite yet. But it is a Life Orb Mamo. Good to note, that thing has a timer on it. Exactly 10 moves to be exact if it's not touched. Swords Dance immediately from Golisopod against the Fortress, which Fortress is not really going to care. Yeah, plus 2 Liquidation will do quite a bit, but the nice thing is you can go for Volt Switch from the Fortress and then bring in something to kind of manage it, aka the Rotom Heat. This could be very deadly, though, because there's a lot of damage that Golisopod would have to take. An Emergency Exit, I don't think it's actually going to hit Emergency Exit levels. It's actually a +4! Whoa! Oh, and the worst part is, I was just about to say, he's not going to get put into Emergency Exit status, so that means that Rotom Heat can come in and just go high, but Latias instead is going to come in. Does have the speed on it, so, you know, it might be in a range that dies to something like a Draco Meteor. You might see Latias coming in to do something like that. +4, though, I don't think it's going to get anything done, because First Impression is only a one-time use. Got to use it on the first turn, or on the first time it's out, just like Fake Out. So, not looking too great for the side Golden State Greninja. You don't want to risk this damage. Also showing he doesn't have enough investment with an Assault Vest or something to start to be able to potentially live it and then just right, because he wouldn't have Swords Dance being used. It is going to be the Mega, and the Psychic comes through. It's not going to do a lot of damage. Citrus Berry actually eaten, but the Emergency Exit scares it up before it can go for the +4. World Leader is not going to get that damage that would have destroyed Mega Latias. As he is popped into Emergency Exit value, we already knew that was going to happen, though, because he was so close to 50%. That's when it starts fleeing non-stop. Now, what does the Golisopod go into from here? What is the answer? I mean, this could be, it is Psychic coming out from Latias. Could still be Calm Mind sub. It is going to be the Drampa. We've seen this Drampa used many times. Golden State Greninjas have not looked that good when Drampa's on their team. The moment they drop Drampa, it looks even better for them. But I don't know, because it's looking kind of scary. The Draco does come out. It's not going to do a lot because that Slow King's going to be able to soak it up very, very well. Obviously, Latias doesn't want to eat that, and I can understand why you would want to drop this knowing that Latias isn't set up. It's not going to go for a +1/+2 hit. Not going to be threatening to kill the Drampa, especially if the Drampa itself is Assault Vest. Empoleon will come in as the Focus Blast comes out, but it doesn't do that much to Empoleon, so feeling okay here. The side of Golden State Greninjas could be carrying the knockoff. He has to check. If the knockoff did come through, it would suck for the Conkeldurr, but luckily for Mitchie, no knockoff for him. Free Flame Orb buff. And if World Leader had seen that coming, that would have been a conk without an item, without an attack boost. So now, Fortnite gets to enjoy this. They've got a lot of damage they could deal with this Conkeldurr. Venusaur is not going to be appreciating it, although we can assume that is a Mega Venusaur, considering we don't see the Aerodactyl on the team. Only a minute and a half, or 2.5 minutes left for Golden State Greninja's timer. Scald is going to come through. He's just going to try and look for the damage here, but the problem is, ooh, he does, I guess, see the knockoff coming. If that was Drain Punch, none of that damage would have mattered. But now he's taking really low. That means that Drain Punch won't be doing much, but if Mach Punch is on Conkeldurr, it's not going to matter. So it would just be a net value of damage that Golden State's opting for. It's going to be a lot of damage to try and even handle the Conkeldurr. On top of that, Conkeldurr doesn't have to feel pressured to stay out here and just keep doing damage because, well, it's got an entire team behind it. Fortress has done its job. Not really, but it did the job to bring Golisopod down to a range where the likes of Psychic Mega Latias gets this Golisopod scared out. That's the scary thing about, well, actually, you know what? I didn't even realize Fortress wasn't even hurt, so. Infernape has to come in. It has to take a Guts-boosted Mach Punch. It's not going to like it at all, but it is going to be damage is damage. If you get to kill off the Conkeldurr, or at least put pressure to kill off Conkeldurr, then it's going to be good for him. The damage is indeed going to be dealt. As Acrobatics? Well, there's the World Leader Special, ladies and gentlemen. No Thunder Punch, but still getting a new move. Acrobatics on his most likely no-item Infernape. Oh, man. That is a thing, but I don't think it matters much because, well, that also means you don't have any Guts boost or anything. What the he's actually... Okay, now let's see how much this actually matters. He does take the Assault Vest away from the Slowking, a one-game-only value you're going to find. But with that, it does mean, I guess, Venusaur could go for Giga Drain, and there's no Assault Vest boost for it. But what is that going to mean overall in this match? Yes, Draco's going to hurt a lot more. Actually, Draco will kill under because it did 44%, so without that, at this range, Draco actually does kill. So it's about 65% you have to worry about that's going to be dealt from that Draco Meteor. So if it does get any value, it's going to go for it. The Leech Seed comes out as the Psychic comes through. It's not a ton of damage you want to see. Actually, want to see more damage on Mega Venusaur. Still a lot, though. He will get his healing. He might be running that Leech Seed Synthesis set as the Rotom Heat now is going to make its way in. The Giga Drain will happen. All you're seeing, though, is decent damage on the Rotom Heat, but you got to worry about Overheat. I do think Drop is going to make its way in. Just kidding! He's going to tank it up like it's nothing, and then Sludge Bomb to bring this thing close, but no cigars, no poison happens either. Now, we could see him go for the Overheat again, checking for Synthesis, but instead we do see the Flygon set up here. He's actually going to switch his Flygon in. Unfortunately, gets crit, which means he's going to get his full damage onto the Flygon. Flygon's looking to try and set up his sweep here, but the problem is you still have Mamoswine to manage, because Mamoswine has the likes of the Ice Shard. So what is the Flygon actually going to do here other than trying to be Scarfed and just take this thing out? That's the best he's hoping for at this point, trying to outspeed and just kill this thing off with a U-turn. But nonetheless, he's still going to get outsped. Takes damage to the Iron Tail. He predicts the Mamoswine, but it doesn't happen. There are all the moves we want to see, but he doesn't care. This Overheat could just keep getting used non-stop. He's playing with fire, but he does get the DD up at the very least to guarantee he can try to just get the kill here with the Iron Tail, I guess. But, I mean, all this damage from Rotom Heat, he wants the Rotom Heat to die because he knows Mamoswine comes in, says hello, says goodbye to the Flygon. So it doesn't matter here that he stays, and the Iron Tail luckily hits. He's not going to worry about it, but he's Life Orb, so really all those turns wasted just to get the Rotom down. It did what it was supposed to do, but it doesn't mean it's going to be able to stay alive at all. If it even had U-turn, it would have killed it off and at least had something to switch priority with. But Fortress knows it can come in, take a +1 hit, most likely, from an Earthquake, and then maybe set up some kind of hazards, try and bring extra damage in. Because Mega Latias is going to be able to handle Mega Venusaur. Golisopod's really, really low. It's not going to like Stealth Rocks. And then Trample we brought low, where a bunch of Pokemon just punch it out. Yes, Conkeldurr is not alive, but we have so many Pokemon left and an untouched Mamoswine. It does not matter because Icicle Crash will dumpster the what should have been Dunsparce evolution. The white belt is for bits that you donated to the channel, Dom, dude. Also, good to see you, man. How you doing tonight? It will happen, and Stealth Rock makes the most sense. That's all Mitchie needs to do, and he's primed and ready to take game number 1. What does Golden State Greninjas have left for us? Because as the hazards stack up, more things will be taking damage. The Golisopod's not going to like staying in at all. The Mega Venusaur is going to make its way in, but it's not going to be able to even heal that much. I wonder how much Gyro Ball would do this. Yes, you can Synthesis, but how much are we going to see come out here? Actually, not that much. So not too bad here for Golden State, but it can't touch his Fortress except for the likes of Leech Seed and Rapid Spin. Most likely exists. So does Volt Switch to get him switch advantage. Mega Latias is going to make its way in, and it's just to the textbook at this point for Fortnite Ninjas. Getting his place back in first place. It's only one match, but any points he can take at this point to keep working his way up in the ranks is going to feel really good, especially when he's now in contestation after that 2-0 with Traverse City Thundurus for first seed. Drampa's not going to like any damage flying from this. Although, do have to worry. I don't know if Draco Meteor is on Latias. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen what it's running. But if it's Assault Vest, might even get a cheesy kill. But then there's too many Pokemon for Golden State Greninja to manage. I don't want to call curtains yet. But they're dropping as we speak. Fortress is going to come in to tank up the Draco Meteor to guarantee that if it is a damage roll... Ooh, so close to the kill. Doesn't get it, but at least this way he knows that if he didn't kill the Drampa, Latias isn't going to die to a -2 unless he gets the crit. The Surf will come out. He does keep the Drampa in. I like this, because if he gets a crit with Draco and Drampa does not die, it does mean... That's pretty bad. Slowking is going to come in. It can still tank. As we knew, stock was about 65%, but with Assault Vest 45. But because the Assault Vest was stolen, he's going for the crit. Does not get the crit. And now Focus Blast will actually hit more times than Sweet Tea will ever hit in an accurate move in this entire season. As he's just going to keep hoping for the crits, but it's looking bleak for the Golden State Greninjas. The Ice Beam is going to be revealed. That is most likely an Assault Vest Drampa, as it's just slowly getting worn down. It's going to be a damaged Golisopod versus the world, and with all the damage it's taken, it should be in range to die to any move that's coming out of any of the Pokemon. Golisopod is too slow to sweep. It does reveal the first impression. Swords Dance first impression is a bit of an interesting choice, but Mega Latias is going to come in and is going to claim the first match for Fortnite Ninjas. GG. It's a pretty clean and easy match for Fortnite. Yes, he got a little cheese there with the Acrobatics Covet Infernape. But we've said it time and time again. That kind of cheese has to come with age. And by age, I mean it's got to come with some value that's actually going to score something for you in the late game. And yes, the Conkeldur's dead, and you steal the Assault Vest. But if that's all you're doing, you got to be in a position where you can use it. The Flygon got nothing done. It wasn't just going for the kill. It went for the Iron Tail, predict the Mamoswine, which was good on the side of Golden State Greninjas. But when you're looking that desperate and trying to go for something so risky and take so much damage, yes, the crit sucked, but it still didn't matter because Mamoswine wasn't managed, and Mitchie wisely being able to use all of his other Pokemon, keep the Mamoswine in the back, doesn't have to show anything off on the Mamo. So he showed its Life Orb and he got a kill with it. That's all he had to show. He's not showing all the moves. You saw the Earthquake, most likely Ice Shard, Discal Spear, something like that. Knockoff, he could be carrying a few different moves to try and manage the likes of World Leader's team, but World Leader's team is so weak to it. It's going to be difficult for Golden State to try and manage this. Because you could argue that the Golisopod was trying too hard. Could just try and drop damage. Golisopod has a good attack stat, so first impression could be good to try and drop some damage down. But if you're going to be setting up on a Fortress when it could just go for Volt Switch and bring in a Pokemon that's going to roast you or knock you into that range where you're going to get switched out by Emergency Exit, that's the main weakness of Golisopod. It's strong, but it's not able to stay in. So something along the lines of a Citrus Berry Swords Dance Golisopod is not going to help him, right? Especially since it pops so late, and even when it pops, he gets switched out when he comes back in. All of that HP he healed is just going to get worn away by Stealth Rocks that Fortress gets for free. So, perhaps a bit of an oversight here on the movesets for the likes of the Golden State Greninjas, but for Fortnite Ninjas, that's what they want to see, because they want back and staying in the top, and taking all these 2-0s is going to give him in a really good position to keep holding that first seed. I mean, he doesn't have Ferrothorn to use. I don't know what you're talking about, Suwaka. Either way. My arm. Either way, what's it going to be the answer here for the Golden State Greninjas? I don't know. It's going to be, I think, the Golisopod just needs to start attacking. Yes, you have Swords Dance. Yes, you have Citrus Berry. But it doesn't mean you don't have a powerful first impression liquidation on your Golisopod and whatever else he will be carrying. Because he's going to just have to start doing damage. Without that Aerodactyl, we're relying on Mega Venusaur. The Mega Venusaur took the damage. And yeah, those Focus Blasts hit. You can maybe hope for the 30%. But I mean, if you're hoping on hacks, you're not looking good for wear here. So, will Fortnite Ninjas just make World Leader roll over despite the fact that Golden State brought good moves to manage? And yes, they're making the best of a bad situation with Iron Tail, Flygon, things like that. But sometimes Standard could just gone for U-turn, kept the Flygon alive, try and put some pressure down. Yeah, it's not going to live against Mamoswine, but it could do stuff against Latias or things of the sort. You could just hope for more and more situations to be presented to you. And without being able to switch anything up, that Golisopod is stuck there. So, I don't know. It's gonna be an uphill battle here for Golden State. But we'll see if there's going to be any substitutions made. They have 2 minutes still to make those substitutions. While we're going through this, thank you, everybody, for watching the Pro PokeBowl thus far. You've been making every single week fantastic with your participation, as well as your hype, and just the support for this yearly community-based tournament. Love doing this. I love commentating. I don't care about the players' skills. I don't care about, you know, who goes home. If we had a 6-time champion, nonetheless, it'd still be fun to do this because we get to see fantastic plays. We get to see people come together. And to all the coaches who stay devoted and continuously participate in the tournament, thank you very much for going through all of the processes and making this a smooth experience for everybody, including myself. Love it. In the meantime, I guess we have some time to shout out some of the things that have been happening in terms of support. First of all, World Leader 9000, thank you very much for your 4-month resubscription. I'll have to get your name later. Snipperwolf24, thank you very much for the follow. Initiated with the raid, of course. Snowbear with the 5 months in a row. Embrace the face, everybody. Gotta love it. I'll put you on the list. I'll put World Leader on the list. I got 3 people. Officer went to sleep, but I need to grab the name. And Darkness, I need to grab a name off of as well. But luckily for us, we don't have to worry about administrative stuff right now because game number 2 is upon us. World Leader has some good points going for him. He still has matches left. Can he keep going, keep building a slight lead, especially now? We saw a 1-1, which means if he stays above the other 3 of Ice Cold, Las Vegas Lunar Crisel, or Las Vegas Uno? Las Vegas Golden Lucario's and Lunar Crisel, if he can keep staying above them, he can keep holding a higher seed, might be able to slip his way above and just stay safe. At this point, he's most likely looking between 3rd and 6th seed. And if that's the best he's gonna do, he's in the playoffs, and that's what we've been waiting for our entire... Well, basically every single time I watch the likes of World Leader, I just want to see this man in top 6, make the dream come true, World Leader to playoffs. But for now, game number 2. We do see the Aerodactyl coming in. We saw that was a Mega Venusaur, so most likely double Mega run here. That is a big deal because it does mean if one Megas, the other one doesn't have an item. But will Aerodactyl stock be able to get anything done? The answer is it's not as good as a Mega Arrow, so it might just be a base Venusaur that has to run here. But it is going to be a Fortress versus Infernape lead. Nice prediction here for Golden State Greninja to get that advantage right away. Yes, the Slow King has to come in. Yes, it has to take the damage. Flare Blitz is going to do absolutely nothing, but the worst part here is there's no extra damage being done here. There's no Focus Sash. There's nothing on that Infernape because his Acrobatics covet, so he can't do anything with it. Which means now the Empoleon has to come in, can tank all the damage that the Slow King wants to do. It is Psychic, by the way, and not Future Sight. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Does make sense, though. It'll at least be able to fight the Mega Venusaur the best that it can. There's actually be a double switch here with the Aerodactyl as we actually see the Roam Heat switched in. Okay, I like this scene that he was faster, or he wasn't faster, but Aerodactyl doesn't want to take an electric attack here because Roam Heat's going to be comfortable. Yeah, Stone Edge, but I mean, if you take this thing down, it's the Mega. That means it's the base Venusaur that has to manage something. Is Aerodactyl Life Form? We'll have to see. Nonetheless, Roam Heat's going to be feeling okay, especially if it's, I can't remember, was it Scarfed? I think it was. It was, yeah, because it was faster than Flygon, so it has to be Scarfed. Which means, you know, the Volt Switch does not get the kill. We don't see the Mega either. Diego, fuck off. I need to rest my voice. Stone Edge is going to miss once again. Oh, you don't want to see that because Sturdy is not going to happen, but he has the Roost. Okay. Stealth Rock will come out, so Roost Aerodactyl is going to bring him to a respectable amount, but Volt Switch is not going to be feeling great, even though he doesn't have that thing. But the Gyro Ball is a one-shot. Golden State Greninja's forgetting. Fortress has more than one attacking move. As now Infernape will come in and try and answer this, but luckily for him, Sturdy's still up. He can just go for the Volt Switch, get as much value as he can down. Soul King just comes in for free. Acrobatics, sure, but it's not doing any damage. No item, who cares? It's still not even a 4-hit KO on the Slow King with that same amount of damage. As Empoleon will now come in. Same thing non-stop. Do we see a Toxic drop? Do we see anything happen here? Yes, Roam Heat could come in. Skull's not going to do a bunch of damage. Still puts the pressure down with the Volt Switch. As Skull will indeed happen. Ooh, that's a lot of damage, actually. That's a lot more than maybe he thought would happen. But no rocks, which means Roam feels pretty safe. For now. But I imagine that Volt Switch is still going to do a lot of damage and will go first. So Rotom Heat stays safe and alive. Does he go for the Stealth Rock? As Conkeldurr will be in for free. The rest actually comes out from Empoleon, and it's not a Resto Chesto, so it will have to rely on Sleep Talk? Scary thing is here, you know, you're staring down a Conkeldurr, you can't do anything to it, and it got its attack boost again. So, you know... Yeah, who takes the hit? The answer is probably Golisopod. Oh man, it's looking bad because Fortnite Ninjas just have great pressure. I don't know what to go with this. Because now he has to worry about a Drain Punch, he has to worry about Mach Punch. There's just going to be so much damage pumped out in the next 2 to 3 turns. It's going to get really scary for World Leader. His only chance is maybe Venusaur, but then he's got to try and stay healthy, and so many Pokemon come in and take the hit. It does have to be a Golisopod. It's probably his best option here. Drain Punch does a decent amount, doesn't put him into emergency exit range, which is really lucky. But, you know what the worst part is? Actually, he was still faster, he would have forced it. Yeah, first impression comes out. That's a crit. World Leader had to go for that because he had to worry about the likes of, well, emergency exit. That's exactly what's getting popped here. The nice thing is, though, with him... Oh, wait, he won't get emergency exited if the Citrus Berry pops. Okay, interesting. Didn't know that's how that worked. I thought it would eat it but still leave because it was brought low. All right. Interesting to learn about that priority, but Mega Latias now doesn't have to worry about the first impression. As Empoleon will make its way in, but it's not really scary, but I mean, neither is Latias. This Thunderbolt's actually going to come in and do a lot of damage to the Empoleon. Still relying on Sleep Talk. Don't think World Leader saw these moves coming, as it is going to go for the nothing. It's actually just going to try and rest itself off here. And this sucks, because as long as he stays in there, he is not waking up anytime soon to grab any value at all. Oh boy. Fernape has to come in, but Drain Punch is going to knock the monkey off its feet. Fully healed, doesn't have to worry about the damage, and it's looking worse for wear here for Golden State Greninjas as they've lost a lot of Pokemon that could do damage. They are not getting any value out of this Golisopod, which we expected that he would. But, you know, Rotom Heat can't come in. Yes, Mega Venusaur happens. The Leech Seed comes through, which means Rotom stays alive. Gonna be kicking himself about trying to set up on that thing, but... You know, free overheat here for Rotom Heat. And really, that's all Rotom really needs to do is just get as much damage down here. That plus Mega Latias is going to make sure Venusaur does not look like a bib weed. It's just going to be feeling, you know, fairly comfortable. Sweep this thing. Oh, never mind! Overheat! What is going on? The Synthesis does come through. Actually, it's a good move by Gold Saker to just take this HP back. But instead, he gets it for free from that miss. Okay. Okay. Bit of pity here from the RNG gods for Pokemon hacks. But Latias still feeling not threatened. Yeah, Sludge Bomb sucks, but, you know, we could see a lot of damage happening here with the Psychic getting into Special Defense Drop. Make sure that even Synthesis isn't going to keep this thing alive. He's feeling safe nonetheless because all it is Sludge Bomb, and Latias might even have Calm Mind. We saw Psychic and Thunderbolts. So we still don't even know what the rest of his moveset is. And plus, Mega Latias is really, really fat. So it can tank a bunch of hits without worrying. Also can be carrying the likes of its own Roost, which means it will win out between these exchanges. Matt, good to see you, man. How you doing? So Mega Latias will win this. He's got to take the hit. Oh, that's so much damage, though, and he misses the Leech Seed, which doesn't feel great, but I mean, it wouldn't have given him enough healing to take a second Psychic anyways. The safest play there would have been to go for Synthesis or just check the damage count, but that's not looking great for him. Because now the Empoleon has to come in once again. The Thunderbolt's going to bring it down super, super low, but because this thing's asleep, it didn't get the value. It's not getting the value. This is almost too overly creative for Golden State Greninjas, and it's not going to work in this particular situation. How are you enjoying it, Matt? I don't know what it is for Gold Sacred Ninja. I'm really lost. I actually don't know what to say. There's not a hell of a lot. Yeah, the double switch into Trampa, but again, who cares? Because Conkeldurr does not, that's for sure. All he even has to do here is go for Mach Punch, or he's not even going to die from it. I'd be very surprised if he dies from a Draco. He might die from Draco. But if he goes for Mach Punch, he brings it low enough for Mamoswine to clean it up in the future here. So that's exactly what he's going to do. Actually brings it super freaking low, as the Hurricane is going to hit and take out Conk. Okay, didn't see Hurricane coming, but it happened. But it doesn't matter because he's got priority. Yeah, Mamoswine comes in, says hello to a lot of these Pokemon, just finishes the game off. So Fortnite coming back off the bench, getting a lot of value and bringing home 3 points for himself. I don't see any hacks that could happen here for the side of Golden State Greninjas. Almost a little, like we said, too creative for his own good. And ends up burning him in the end. Yeah, okay, game one. It looked okay with the Conkeldurr dying. But just not enough. There's just not enough standard play and not enough Pokemon to take all the hits out of Fortnite Ninjas. Has such a safe and stable offensive core with a bunch of pivoting. The pivot switches have been super important for Mitchie every single time he's played. And it's going to bring him another visit as the emergency exit is going to pop on the hazards. This poor bug, which was supposed to do a bunch for him, is now cowering in fear under the might of your first place seed in Season 5. Polion will come in and bite the bullet. There's only so many emergency exits you can go for. That will be him going home with the 2-0. And for World Leader, you know, I think he's going to learn from this experience that too much creativity. I mean, he could have learned it from Ivan, but all this creativity just brings it to it. We've talked about it multiple times. Standard play and good team building is the only thing you need. Yes, first impressions comes in, but who cares when your first impression doesn't get you the job? Mitchie W gets the 2-0 on the week. That's all there is to it. That's all you had to do, and that's all you had to see. Not much to say about it. Because honestly, whoa, hello. That was a switch and a half that I didn't expect. Either way, whatever. That's how it goes. Because he just had all the answers, had all the damage, and World Leader tried too hard. Honestly, just tried too hard to make things work. The Glizzipod, which we thought would get a lot of value against a lot of the Pokemon, and looked like it would get a lot of value, was just blocked. So really well played here by Mitchie W, but we're not done yet. We have one more match tonight. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, I Am Group faces Ice Cold. Initiator looking to take some points off of someone who's been losing a lot of points to a lot of hacks. Will that keep him down completely? Probably not. We'll see the results of that after this break. Well, while we wait for me to find my break screen. Welcome back to the ProPokeBowl Season 5, Week number 6. We're getting to the last match of our night. A match that, frankly, I've actually been kind of looking forward to. I Am Groot. That is not I Am Groot. Where did I Am Groot go? Oh god, he's hidden just like the spoilers. He dies in some movie. I don't actually know. I'm talking about an old Guardians of the Galaxy. Hey, look! It's Ice Cold versus I Am Groot Initiator versus Sweet D. You know, this is Ice Cold's time to start taking some points. We know that he's been consistently, as you can see by his trade side there, he's been building a new team, gotten rid of the Dustoar, brings in the Jellicent. What does he ban against I Am Groot? He bans out the Gastrodon. Which honestly to me speaks that he wants to try and sweep with a particular Pokemon. The funny thing was, when he expects Gastrodon to wall him, it's kind of like he also expected to ban. I Am Groot actually banned nothing against Ice Cold, so it's going to be an interesting situation here, because that means that Mawile is unleashed, but you have to think, with Sweet D knowing that, is he going to build to stop the Mawile? Because the Mawile is a big deal, right? Actually, Mawile destroys quite a bit of Sweet D's team, so if I Am Groot cannot bring out a good enough core to stop it, it's going to be very interesting. Also, fun statistic, Ice Cold has made the most trades. Sweet D is tied for making the least amount of trades with Manchester Manectric. Just a fun little fact. Doesn't mean much, but I mean, what it does mean is Ice Cold this year has been trying to find his way to make a stronger team, make something work, and make something happen for himself. So, in this particular situation, we'll have to see if he actually makes it come out. The nice thing is, with the acquisition of Heatran, with the acquisition of all these new Pokemon, he is handling, because he gets rid of Gastron, you have to look at Serperior, you have to look at Suicune, you have to look at Terrakion, you have to look at these Pokemon that we know have done really well for I Am Groot in the past. Heatran will be able to manage the Serperior. You gotta worry about an HP Ground or an HP Fighting coming out, or just worry about Terrakion in general, because if Terrakion gets going, Ice Cold's team does not like it. Luckily, we have the Slowbro, we have a couple of Pokemon that can take it, but outside of the Trick Room, Terrakion gets a lot of damage here, but with the pick of a Jellicent, that is going to be the Pokemon to watch. We gotta watch for that. The only problem is every time we point out a Pokemon, we have to point out a Pokemon on the side of Sweet D, and it just becomes more and more complex. This was similar to what we were saying when it came down to Manchester Manectric and Traverse City Thunders, and even a little bit between what we just saw between Fortnite Ninjas and Golden State Greninjas. There's just a Pokemon that can answer everything, and when you try and have to think about that many answers, you go around in loops and circles and try and make things happen that way. Is that going to matter? Can Initiator play and take all the damage and stop Sweet D from getting all this done? Because if he could do that, then he's in trouble. Sweet D's in trouble. Otherwise, if he can't manage that, and Sweet D's feeling pretty comfortable here, because between the likes of his Terrakion and the Serperior, he cleans up a lot of Initiator's team. And outside of the Trick Room, we've seen Ice Cold suffers a bit. So someone loses the Parka and freezes his own toes off. I don't know what a Parka and your toes have to do with anything, but you know what? He's got a onesie Parka. That's got to exist. Somebody looked up on the internet, try and find a onesie Parka. If not, sell that for thousands. I bet you can make a lot of money trying to make that on the market, especially sell it to none of it up in Canada here. I'll buy one. I'm sure it exists. I'm not actually buying one. But let's see how it plays. I know Initiator's been doing a lot of practice, been doing a lot of showdown advertising, and just trying to play through all the things and keeping loose with the battles. I don't know how much time I Am Groot's had to practice, but I mean, practice can only go so far as how much you can answer. We know that we know that Initiator's had that week where he just didn't have the answers against his team, and like we say, everyone generally goes through that through every season. There's that one coach who just has all the answers against everything you could do. I'd like to believe that Initiator's gone past that. He's already had that problem. I can't remember right now, but he has. I have said it before, where Initiator has had those issues where his team just got destroyed by a particular team. I think it was Fortnite Ninjas that destroyed it. But I think he's building more off of the fact that there's these buys and these Pokemon being thrown back into the trade pool, because the more he can build, it's not like he's losing much. Yes, the Mimikyu is kind of unfortunate. The Crawdont was really unfortunate, especially now that Moltres is dead weight on his team. So you could argue he's down to 11.5 Pokemon, because Moltres isn't dead. But the only thing Moltres does over Heatran is Defog and heal. But it's like, how you fit that into the team when he's got a Yanmega and all this other stuff that he could be running, and he's just got so many other options. And, you know, we still have yet to see that Garbodor come out because Mawile's been banned nonstop. I expect to see Mawile today. It's going to be grabbing a statistic for itself in ProPokeBowl Season 5, so what's going to be happening here? I don't know. It's going to come down to these guys. They got 20 seconds to start their matches. Initiator, what is the status on challenging Sweet D here? Let's check in. Ooh. Oh, hey, they are challenging. Nice. Okay. Well, right in time, I guess you could say, but it's also just right in time for me checking. What do these coaches have for us? Let's figure it out as we're going to be getting into game number 1. Oh, for God's sake. Come on. Beautiful transition. I can hear Xeno crying in the back because the transition isn't working. And rightfully so, because that sucks. But here we go. I am Groot on the close side. Icy Inishi. Ice Cold on the far side. You see the Garbodor and the Mawile coming in, so everything's getting a statistic on the side of Ice Cold tonight. But on the side of I am Groot, that Honchkrow is looking mighty juicy as it's leading off against the Mesprit. Don't want to get hit with a knockoff or a Night Slash. It's going to be a Street Z power here. Black Hole Eclipse says hello, but it brings it down to its Sash. As the Tricker's been set up, we've seen that multiple times on the set here that Initiator has run, so it's a good soak of the Z Crystal. Perhaps Sweet D forgetting that could be a thing that it runs, but nonetheless, if it gets rid of the Trick Room, that's a good start for him. Ice Beam will come out, does get the freeze, but he gets the instant thaw. Will get the kill on the Mesprit. Looking a bit Monka-esque there for Sweet D, just already knowing he's gotten so much hacks against him. The last thing he needed is one more freeze to solidify. That's a bad joke. Anyways, Mawile's going to be comfortable here. It will outspeed because it's going to be a Mega Mawile in the Trick Room. This is the maximum amount of value you're going to get out of the Mawile. And considering that, yeah, it had an attack drop, it's going to be put back to neutral, but doesn't care about Sucker Punch. A Swords Dance is going to happen, as the Super Power will come out, gets a little bit of damage. Not too bad here for I Am Groot. Probably going to go for maybe a Sucker Punch if he is carrying it. Just because he wants to get as much damage down as Mawile as possible, exactly is going to be the case. The Play Rough will come out and take this out, but luckily for him, because he didn't try to kill, I mean, he's not going to kill the Mawile anyways, but because Initiator opted to just go for the setup. Oh, the one-shot Ice Punch from the Mawile is going to get the final hit in the Trick Room and get a kill in there. But Terrakion can come in now. It is faster. It is going to be able to go for the Earthquake to kill this thing off if Initiator does not switch. It will be Slowbro most likely answering. You could see the X's are coming out again. We saw it last week. It would answer the Slowbro, but you got to be concerned because if you don't go for it, you're going to be stuck trying to do damage to other things here. Slowbro will now come in. The Earthquake is going to do absolutely nothing to this. Sand almost got as much value as the Earthquake did, as now the Slowbro is prepped here to either go for the Mega or just try and start dropping Scalds. But it will be a Trick Room setup yet again. Serperior is super, super fast, but won't mind setting up a couple of +2 contrary Leaf Storms here. Question is, how much is going to get done? The answer is Heatran instead. Actually, Heatran's even getting a statistic for himself this time. Wow. We're seeing all the new Pokemon. It's like Initiator has been building this team to fight Sweet D. You know, I can see it coming. That's good forethought. Either way, Blissy's going to come in. Magma Storm, we've seen this, man. Shoutouts to 4 misses last time Gamer used this. There's number 5 for you, as Magma Storm is not going to get the value it wants. Seismic Toss makes the most sense. Get a lot of damage down. As Taunt will happen, but I mean, I Am Groot doesn't really care. Getting damage on this Heatran means he doesn't have to rely on Terrakion taking it out. But at the same time, it's most likely Terrakion taking it on. One more turn to Trick Room, which actually Blissey is benefiting from. The Garbodor is going to make its way in. Is fairly healthy up against this Blissey. I think Garbodor is faster than Blissey, is it not? Yes, it is. And the Taunt's still down, so we're not going to see any, like, Thunder Wave shenanigans or stuff like that. Probably just trying to roll as much damage as he can. Instead, the Suicune is going to come in, try and get that set up as the Toxic Spikes come down. Okay, so Suicune's going to feel safer because if it's defensively built, it's going to be going for Crocoon, which is Calm Mind Scald. It's going to feel safe behind a substitute, knowing that it doesn't have a status on it. Because it's Toxic Spikes, it actually doesn't have to worry too much, because if Heal Bell is on that Blissey, it can heal off all the status that these has are going to try and get going. So Suicune's feeling okay, did make the ballsy switch in to not expect the Toxic, because Toxic would be 100% accurate coming out of that Garbodor. The problem is, if this is just straight Scald from the Suicune, if that's a Mega Slowbro, it could try and do something to Slowbro, but instead the Trick Room's going to come out. He's not revealing it yet if he is Mega. But there is only so much you can do before Ice Cold has to start getting worried about this thing getting super set up. Yes, you can't crit the Slowbro, but if you're not Calm Minding along with the Suicune, you're gonna lose this fight. +2 is coming out of that Suicune. This is not gonna feel great, because a +2 Scald should kill Mawile from that range. And if he misses the move here, that would have been super rip for Initiator. But yeah, the Mawile is gonna die to take on a little doll that happened to have a big threat behind it. Now Heatran will come in. It might not even be faster. I wonder if it is going to go for the Protective Stall. That's the Z-Power. Will go through. Bloom Doom will happen, but 75% of the damage is absorbed, and that's all you're getting after a +2. Tanking a Bloom Doom, not caring. Yes, the taunt happens, which is great because now it'll prevent the substitute, but it doesn't matter because Suicune's not statused. It can start firing off +2 Scalds. It's gonna hurt, and he can switch safely here. Yeah, he gets poisoned, but, you know, who cares at this point? You've done the damage, and Mawil's down. Superior can kill a couple of Pokemon, Terrakion can kill the rest, and while you're not out in the Trick Room, it's gonna be good, which means that Initiator needs to get as much value as he can, getting this Trick Room up and keeping all the other Pokemon pinned, but he's got to keep the taunt on the Suicune, and his Taunter's not going to like the Scald. Another Scald does fly out against the Slowbro, as now Initiator's going to look for that burn. He doesn't want the burn, though. He wants the Toxic, but if he's not carrying Toxic, he's in trouble, because now he did not get the burn. That's not going to matter anyways, because Suicune's just feeling so safe. And he can just go for the substitute here. It says, whatever, Slowbro does nothing, doesn't carry Psyshock's not calming Mind up with me. He just goes back to business. Trick Room, sure, whatever. He's like, fine. Let me go behind my little doll, do a bunch of meditation, and then I come out apparently spitting the hottest water you've ever met in your life. I don't know. I went for it. I missed. My arm really hurts. I gotta stop getting excited. I keep hurting my arm through strain. I don't know how, though. Your arm is not connected to your mouth. Unless you go through a bunch of muscles. Nonetheless, Hydreigon now is out facing a +3 of all things. I'd be surprised even if Dark Pulse, if this is not Life Orb or Specs Hydreigon, I'd be very surprised if it even kills off the thing at this time. He makes the double switch again! Last time Initiator done this, he got Dumpsters. You gotta do it again, because now this Suicune is almost at +6. I think he's out of options. He doesn't have the physical threat to take this on. It was Mawile, but Mawile is so risky when the substitute's set up. I mean, Subcom Mind has been used multiple times by Sweet D. He should have seen this coming. I don't know what he does now. Scald will come out. It's not going to do anything, and now we see that Scald fly out. Yeah, it's still a 3-hit KO. Maybe a 4 if it's got Slack Off, but... Oh, man. Well, not 4-hit, but it's going to stay bulky. But are you just looking to stall out the Scalds by this point? The answer might be yes. But you're at a +6 stalling 20 Scalds? You're not allowed that many Pokemon in this life, just saying. And he literally has no reason to be worried about it. Yes, he goes for the Protect to make sure he doesn't waste Scalds here. As now you can just go for +6 in this Trick Room. Yeah, Ice Beam happens, but he's doing no damage. I recommend everybody to go grab popcorn, maybe go cook a steak for yourself, give yourself something nice, as this is going to take a long time. Oh, maybe not. That's a 2-hit KO. That's cool. Especially after leftovers, not enough. Well, let's see how long it takes for a burn to nullify those leftovers, because it kind of matters, but not really. Yeah, go get a bathroom break. We'll give you the results afterwards. You'll see it. If Initiator pulls this off, I'll be extremely surprised, because a +6 Suicune that's safe with no physical attacker behind a sub, it's like, I feel like Initiator's just trying to think this one out. He's going to go barely low to set up that Trick Room. No burn, but luckily for him, leftovers will pop before the burn anyway, so he'd still be safe to go for the Slack Off here. He really just has to stall the Scalds, but he's taking so much damage and he's so low, but now I think he's reached the point where he doesn't have to worry about it. Yes, a crit would be disastrous here for him. Suicune hasn't gotten it yet. What is he down to? He's down to 15 Scalds. If he plans to do this, technically he's getting it, but he's only got 10 Slack-Offs left, so how much more can you do before something else has to tank a +6, die for the cause, and stall this out? Because the other thing is, you spam Scald, and then something dies. He's just going to go for the Calm Mind. Exactly. He's going to waste those Slack-Offs. He's got more than enough moves. Calm Mind has so much stupid, excessive power points that he can do this all day. Substitutes 14, protects 14. He knows that it's going to happen. He's going to try and win this, and because Initiator didn't actually heal there, he's outside the Trick Room, and now something has to die. So well played by I Am Groot, and Slowbro will have to bite the bullet, and this is looking bleak now for Ice Cold. Get him melted by this +6 Suicune. What more can we expect out of this? Garbodor is the only physical attacker, and that's not taking a hit no matter how much bulky investment you have. I think it's back to the drawing board here for Ice Cold. And even then, we can't forget that Suicune's not the last hope. There's Terrakion, there's Serperior, there's just too much on the side of I Am Groot for him to manage right now. It will be Hydreigon coming in, hope for a crit, maybe like get the crit, live at +6 somehow, and then go for flinches all day. I don't know. Draco will fly off to even potentially get a crit to finish off the substitute. But it's just looking so bad. Look at that little doll be so bulky. As Skull comes out, oh my god. Yep, that's a +6 hit right there. The Skull of the substitute is gone. Rejoice, it is exposed. It is time for Initiator to come back in. Except, you know, yeah. I think I Am Groot could just say, let's get this out. I got a dinner to go to. And game 1 is going to go the way of that +6 Suicune, which we've been waiting so long to see, and we finally get to experience it. GG. We saw Mawile, but we didn't see exactly what we wanted to see from Mawile. Oh, I lost a game. Oopsies. I just realized I didn't put the second match in. Haha, I'll have to go look up, I'll have to go look up Fortnite Ninja's match. Oopsies! Actually, I'm going to do that right now. So what's my suggestion? That's not the music, it was this music. I don't know. Because there's so many special attackers, the only other physical attackers that we could see come out here for Ice Cold to try and manage it, because really Mawile is the answer, right? Mawile comes in, smashes everything at +2, and that's how he wins it. But if you can't keep enough pressure to keep his Mawile in when there's so many answers to it, outside of Trick Room or even in Trick Room, you're going to have issues, right? You'd have to check the damage. Yes, Ice Punch is on it, so we didn't see the Hippowdon live. So Hippowdon's not going to be the answer, but with all those threats that I Am Groot showed off, you gotta start thinking like, yeah, Gastro's gone. Awesome. And we know now, we already knew why Gastro's gone, because it's slow. It can go for the Earthquake or the Earth Power, whatever it wanted to against the Mawile. Most likely Earth Power, because it doesn't care about the attack drop. But with Suicune set up like that, he has no answer. So what is I Am Groot gonna play for? Probably play the exact same way out, get that Mesprit low, make sure that it goes not for the Healing Wish, it's just gonna go for the Trick Room. Probably not gonna see the same switch though. We're gonna see something that's gonna set up and just try and get that Focus Sash answered. I don't think there's anything to answer that Focus Sash, though, unless he has a flinch to go for. Maybe like Terrakion flinch with the Rock Slide or something like that. I don't know. Trick Room will set up, but as you saw, I didn't get a ton of value out here for Ice Cold. So, what do you do? What are the plays? For Ice Cold, he needs something physical. He needs something to make sure that we don't have Suicune get to that point again. But it also means he has to win before it gets to that point. You could say that double switch between the Hydreigon and the Slowbro seemed really weird. But even then, neither of those switches anyways were the most efficient that he could manage. And when his Mawile had to come in just to break a sub, Sweet D does not care. The sub will be set up at any points because he's only facing special attackers and a piece of trash. But Garbodor is good. That's not to insult Garbodor. I don't know. Like Yanmega, the nice thing about Yanmega is Bug Buzz does burst through Substitute, but it's again a special attack. It's like, what are you really gonna manage here? Jellicent with a Water Absorb would handle the Suicune really well, but then he's got to worry about the Serperior. And I think he had answers to Serperior. I think he was gonna be okay against Serp. But it's gonna come back to what Anish and Sweet D will bring to game number 2, because if it happens, Sweet D is gonna start making his slow climb back up to try and fight for top 2. Can we see it interrupted by Ice Cold? Game number 2. Same teams except for one key piece, and that's the answer to that Suicune that he saw. A Water Absorb Jellicent makes the most sense. It will be the Blissey versus the Mesprit. This makes a lot of sense. Why? Because he knows that the Mesprit is usually death fodder. The Toxic will come in, so now Trick Room happens, which means now no Focus Sash blocking Mesprit over time. Will actually get more value for Initiator, luckily for him. So yes, there's no Focus Sash. He will get one shot by the Honchkro's Black Hole Eclipse. But The really nice thing for him is, well, it's going to die anyways. Size will come through. What can Mesprit actually do? We'll go for the U-turn, get him some switch priority. Yes, there will be 3 turns for him to abuse with this Mawile again. Just got to be careful. We've seen Flamethrower from this before. Toxic won't do anything. Mawile could just go for the hit. The Powdon once again is going to have to come in and take the hit. The Mega comes in. The Swords Dance comes through. I believe he was slower too, so he will be able to one-shot the Hippowdon. But I think we've seen this before, because what Pokemon came in after that? Actually, in this case, there are 2 turns of Trick Room left, so he will get some value. I wonder if he's just going to try and do some switching here to try and trick up the attacks. Play Rough plus Ice Punch does everything to I Am Groot, so Mawile might start claiming more lives than we would expect, that's for sure. Yes, 1 per minute, Nyctophile. Why? What's going on? We could see... I don't know if +2 Play Rough kills off Hippowdon. So if we see a cheeky switch into Suicune and then another switch into Hippowdon, we could see him waste the Trick Room successfully. The Ice Punch will come in. Anish knows that he has 1 more Trick Room setter this time, and actually 2 more Trick Rooms set up because Mesprit's not going to be toast. So Suicune could now come in. Might be able to tank up 1 hit. It doesn't. It's dead. It might have been a roll. That's why he did it. And that's going to be the Suicune gone. But because we have Jellicent, he wasn't going to do well as long as that Jellicent was alive. So now he's relying on both Serperior and Terrakion out of the Trick Room, get as much damage down as possible. I feel like this is the time when we see both Jellicent get its full value, but Serperior might switch in on the prediction, but it's going to be the Slowbro. It's still not a favorable matchup. There's no Trick Room set, and this is a Leaf Storm. It's going to be flying out on Slowbro. If this can't take the hit, Anish is going to be taking a lot of damage. Don't know if it wants to take the hit, but if it does go for this Trick Room followed by the Ice Beam, Serperior not looking too great. It did take a lot of damage, I think about 79% last time. The Heatran is the answer, but the sub comes out, and the worst feeling you could have for Initiator is he has Magma Storm. If Magma Storm misses, this is going to be enormous. It does hit, luckily. But Sweet D can play around a lot. He knows it's going to miss something. That's going to be the gambler's fallacy. Will he miss Magma Storm? That's 2 hitting. He's just going to wait for it. If he gets it, awesome for Sweet D. If he doesn't, it's looking bad because that's going to be a roasted steak that has to come in. And he's still hitting it. That's 3. Ice Cold saying, not today, buddy. I'm going fiery hot and keeping it down. It's going to become scary. Another sub comes in. He's not missing. That's 4 hit in a row. He's got 1 more chance of this. He's going to go for 1 more sub. If he misses on the 5th one, he's not even going to take the chance. The Terrakion will come in, take the damage, try and waste it. Still a decent amount of damage, though, put onto the Terrakion. He might try and scare it to just see the immediate double switch back into Superior, knowing you can't keep Heatran in on this. That'd be such a hard prediction to make. You can't risk it. Slowbro will make its way in. Tank the hits up perfectly fine, though. And now you have to see the Blissey come back in and answer the Slowbro. As the Trick Room is actually be set up in the face of the Honchkrow, because Honchkrow still hasn't lost its life here. So we'll get a lot of value. If we see the burn, it's going to be bad luck. The Z move comes out. Black Hole Eclipse. It's not going to take enough time to understand. It's not enough damage, though. Just barely living here for Ice Cold. And he does end up going for the Ice Beam. Maybe I Am Groot predicting he was going to go for the Slack Off and gets the kill. Well played by Anish. Wins the mind games as now the Side Sauce comes out as the Slack Off's going to be coming in. Ice Cold looking nice and clean now. A lot more options here. Still staring down 2 Pokemon that can end his whole career tonight. But if he takes another point off of I Am Groot, it gets cheekier, it gets riskier and riskier for I Am Groot to look at top 2. It might not even be a thing to look at anymore. Makes such a risky play on that Sucker Punch. But now the Blissey is just the final line of defense as now he gets the Regenerator boost. We see the Mawile come in on the Toxic. It's looking good for Ice Cold. Yeah, there's no Trick Room, but there's no Pokemon that wants to play rough with this Mawile. 2 heads, 2 bites, 2 hands. 1 Pokemon's going down from a hit here. I'm thinking it's got to be Blissey. It's just going to drop, but that just means that all the special attackers... Man, it's been a series of almost like special attackers get so much value when there's no answers to them. I think you'll get eaten if that happens, Suwako. That'd be a bad idea. The flamethrower coming through. He gets the burn to be really lucky, but he doesn't get it. The play rough comes in. Ooh, actually doesn't take this thing out. It's stock. I'm surprised. But that's a good thing. That means one more flamethrower can fly out. The 10% still lives. If he gets the 10% burn on this, it's looking okay. He does not get it. The play rough hits twice. And Ish is not missing in game number 2. And to his benefit, he's going to be feeling good here. 6-2. So many Pokemon to answer the remaining 2 threats. But it does not mean I Am Groot is out, because these 2 can still win it when played well. The Superior is going to be the switch. As the Slowbro is going to be coming in, it's not going to want to take hits from the Leaf Storm. But it is healthy enough that it can go for a sub, but the Terrakions going to happen as we see the Heatran switch back in. This is all that Sweet D needs to do. There's no rocks, no hazards. He can just try and get as much predictions out. The funny thing is, that Jellicent has not been seen. Are we going to see the triple switch? As now we actually see a speed up here. Both of them clicking, I guess, speed. I have no idea why that happened. But nonetheless, the Earthquake will come out on the Slowbro feeling nice and funky, and the Trick Room is going to come in, most likely, and then be able to get the value kills. And that's going to be it. Because the Ice Beam will happen on the Superior in the Trick Room. The Scar will happen on the Terrakion. And he's gonna do it. It's gonna be over. Initiator finds checkmate here. Eventually. And there it is. The 1-1. Another 1-1. For I Am Groot. Harkens back to the days of Inert Fury in our match, but that's it. He has 0 ways to handle it. And Ish did say he would 6-0 Sweet D. He did it. Oops. There it is. Oh, man. And he found his way. You know what? The prediction on the Honchkrow, big deal. Obviously, when he fired off that Ice Beam, got the Trick Room value. Felt like he didn't maybe lose a lot here, but at the same time, it was super risky, and he did do it. Unconventional plays. These are the unconventional victories. And that's going to be another point going towards Ice Cold, and only 1 point going to Sweet D. And now we're going to have to take a look after everybody battling tonight. What is going to be the look for the remainder of the season? Where aren't you up here now? There we go. At the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen, with everybody in the tournament playing, the Fortnite Ninjas sit comfortably in their own throne in first place with 18 points. Second place, Traverse City Thunderous after that 2-0 over now. Our third place player in Manchester Manectric, Golden State Greninjas, and I Am Groot now tied for 4th. Thought you'd never see that happen, but it's happened. Ice Cold and Las Vegas Golden Lucario's tying for that 6th seed, and Lunar Cresselia's needing to find some points as the last place seed at the moment, but it's not the end for anybody yet, as we will be looking towards our Week 7 matches. Now, to tell everybody, I did put out an announcement, but in case you missed it, the remaining schedule has been modified. Do not use the challenge one because there's just not enough battles happening in the week, so I'm modifying the matches to make sure we get more than enough happening each week. So, the 3 matches that you'll be looking at for Week 7 will be Ice Cold versus Lunar Cresselias, Fortnite Ninjas versus I Am Groot, a big one considering we thought it would be for points at the top, but instead now it's someone trying to get points off of someone who's been doing really well, has been getting nothing but 2-0s thus far. And Manchester Vernetric versus Las Vegas Golden Lucarios, the second last struggle for Coma to start gaining some points and gaining some traction in this tournament. That's going to be it for me tonight, though. Thank you very much for watching the Pro Pokeball Season 5 Week 6. We'll be back next week, September the 4th, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time start. Pro Poke Podcast comes out weekly. Make sure you stay for this special episode, which is going to be our analysis and the power rankings of what we're going to be seeing, who we think is going to be top 6, where we see the direction and trajectory of these opponents, and what it could mean for the fate of some of these players. Thank you very much for watching. Let's find someone to host. Thank everyone who was following, subscribing during the tournament. Of course, you guys know that I don't check it out until after. Just call me Cass. Thank you much for that follow, man. Appreciate it. Who do we got tonight? God, I love this music. You know what? Let's go get some more showdown action, as I believe this person is still alive. Someone I've been checking out lately, name is Kiyoshi Kid. Let's go drop him some noob squids, ladies and gentlemen. You've been awesome. We will be back. Excuse me. We will be back on Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, playing Monster Sanctuary. It's in early access now. If you guys are super excited about the game, you can buy it yourself and play with all the new places. Canada is in the game. It's an ice biome, but I'm calling it Canada. We're going to be seeing how much content they can provide for us there. And I'm really happy this game's going. We're going all out on it. I don't know if we're going to restart yet or if we're just playing from where I left off, because there's a lot to check out. So I'm just thinking play through it and then maybe do a playthrough once they put more stuff out. But nonetheless, have a great night, everybody. I'm going to go rest once again. Stay tuned. See you Friday. Say hi to Kiyoshi Kid with me. Peace.